Attempt number 2 to answer Veritas48's questions. 5 questions for atheists. Number 1, why is there something rather than nothing? This is an incredibly difficult question to answer because all of our experience rests itself upon existing. Trying to suppose what it would be like to not exist and have nothing doesn't make any sense. And this isn't to deride the question, but to me it sounds like, why purple dragons, banana, copper pot? What I just said doesn't make sense because it has no structure coherent to us. And there's no coherence to me to postulate on non-existence. But the canned answer that I've heard before is, well, you're here to postulate then. You're here to ask that question. That doesn't answer why there's something rather than nothing, but it kind of goes along the anthropic principle or anthropic argument. To me, they have similar tangents. Why something rather than nothing? I don't know, and I'm totally okay with that. Moving on. Number 2 is, what evidence, if any, do you find most persuasive regarding theism? That's a really hard one because I don't find any, there's nothing that I've found actually persuasive. I've never found anything to make me pause and go, what? Although I will say that emotional anecdotal evidence has the most weight as far as I'm concerned. Religion and belief doesn't make any compelling arguments in the realm of empirical evidence or logical argument as far as I'm concerned. So what's left is the emotional and the anecdotal. And so those are going to inherently be far more worthwhile avenues. Number 3, how do you reconcile your atheism with any ultimate meaning in life? I don't. That's an easy one, actually. I don't have any ultimate meaning, and I don't need to reconcile the two. If you mean lack of ultimate meaning, how do I feel about any lack of ultimate meaning? I've never encountered anything that had any ultimate meaning, so I've never had to worry about that. There has never been an ultimate anything as far as I'm concerned. When I buy a car, it will eventually be worthless. It has value at the time of purchase and during its use, but eventually it's going to go to the scrapyard and become nothing, naught but dust. So it has no ultimate value. I like video games a great deal. I notice Veritas likes video games too, seems to have a PS2 hooked up. Video games end. They have a lifespan. They generally start at one point and end at this point. Same thing with books or movies, poetry, songs. When I start to listen to a song, I don't worry about the end of the song because it will end. I enjoy its meaning and value at that time. Moving on. Was I raised in a religious environment? Not at all. Not in the slightest. As far as I can recollect, part of my family is Baptist and part of my family is Presbyterian. And neither one really brought up to me going to church, and I've been to church before. I've attended Sunday service for a couple times, but never with any kind of regularity. It just didn't happen. So I was pretty much not. Not in a religious family in any way whatsoever, or not in a family that imposed its religion. I knew the concept of God when I was a kid. I knew what that concept meant, but it never really affected me in any way. I mean, I was probably around 8 or 9 when I actually asked God to reveal himself to me, and then when he didn't, just stopped believing. Or I shouldn't say stop believing. I should say stopped carrying any value. And my cat's jumping on the computer again. Good job. Why don't you mess with that. You're a good cat. I shouldn't say stop believing, I should say stop giving weight to the idea. And what is the end-all goal of atheism activism on YouTube? The way it's read there, the way it's written, is different than what you stated in the video. So I have some confusion as to that. What you state in the video actually kind of refers back to question number 3 about how do you reconcile atheism with any ultimate meaning in life. So I'm going to answer it instead the way it's written and refer back to number 3 for the other part. Of course, I can't speak for every atheist on YouTube. For me, the value is discussing with other people, or I hope to eventually, because this is only like my 3rd video. So there's my cat again, moving stuff around. Good job. Good job. I can only speak for myself, but discussing with other people, hopefully, and perhaps testing my ideas against other people, seeing what other people think, and posing questions, and the value in being able to communicate with other people in a broad spectrum is wonderful. But as far as the activism portion of it is concerned, that to me comes in a couple different parts. One is attempting in some small way to defend science against certain small group of unfortunately very vocal religious people. Hopefully also defending the separation of church and state, because I believe that is valuable to both atheists and theists to a great degree. And hopefully encouraging other people to speak up about their non-belief or belief or whatever. If anyone feels that they are being suppressed in some way and that they should not say how they actually feel, I think that's a tragedy, whether I agree with them or not. So I hope that they will see my videos or see responses to my videos and then come out and state their beliefs without fear of retribution. That's all.